Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning.
Morning, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Good morning, sir.
Right, so this is a new chapter. Introduction to programming. Okay, hopefully you guys already gone through the introduction over here. So I'm not going to explain about this. This is just merely about history. Okay, just a fundamental knowledge about what is programming. Right, so we are going to straight away go to the programming part. Okay, so open up your code block. Okay, open up your code block. Yeah, code block. Right. So first thing that you need to do is before you start any programming is create one folder so that you are not going to lose all your work. So create one folder anywhere. For example, we put it at the desktop kan. So create one folder over here. Okay, new folder and name anything over here. For example, I put it as a delete. Okay, so create one folder at your desktop. Okay. Okay, next step is we are going to create new file. Okay, make sure it is an empty file. Okay, click on the file, new. Okay, file new and empty file. Okay. So we do it together. So you can just follow my guides. Okay, dah.
Dah, sir.
Okay, empty file. So you will get this. Okay, totally empty. Okay, and before we start with the programming part, make sure you save. Okay, file, save file as. Okay, file, save file as. And then make sure you go to the folder that you just created. Okay, desktop kan. So previously we created a folder at the desktop. Okay, go to the folder that you just created. Okay, double click. And file name change to a name that, okay, for example, intro. And then save file as, make sure you choose C or C++ file. Okay, C or C++ file. And then save. Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay. So the layout is like this. So this is our workspace. So we are going to type everything over here. And over here is also not all we are going to use. So some of the tabs is important. So we are going to check it out later on. But make sure you have this. Not everything. Make sure you have this. All the tabs. Not all the tabs. I mean this side over here. Okay. Below here, make sure you have it. If you don't have, mana go to view and you can click on the toolbar over here if it is missing, or you can go to over here, make sure it is tickable, similar like mine. Okay, toolbar over here, tick everything, manager, lock, start speech, status bar. So this is by default. By default, it is similar like the one that um, I've showed over here. Okay, so let's start. So we are going to go with the basic template that you must have. So I'm calling it as a template because every program should have it. It doesn't matter your program is simple program or you have a very complex program. The program must have this statement. Okay, all these should have in any program. Okay, so if it is too small, you can just click Control on your keyboard and then just scroll your mouse, and so uh, it will zoom in and zoom out. Okay, Control, scroll, will zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so what we need is first is this statement, H. Okay, H and include. Okay, I will explain later what does this mean, And then stdio dot h. Okay. Okay, type. Okay, follow me, And then, okay, you can hit enter. You can enter as many as you want. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you want to enter many times also can. Okay. Okay. Spacing doesn't affect your program. Okay. And then int main curly bracket. And finally return 0 with a semicolon. Okay, this is what we call a semicolon. Okay, so this is it. Okay, you can follow. Okay, int main bracket and then semicolon, open sorry, curly bracket. Okay, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Inside of it, below of the body. Okay, this is the body of the program. We have return 0 and then semicolon. Okay, done.
Done, sir.
Okay, so this is actually a completed program. This is actually a program. However, it does nothing. it is a program that is uh, that's done nothing. Okay? It is a program. Okay, so in order to run a program, first we need to build it. Okay, how to build a program? By clicking on this icon over here. Okay, macam tu kan, this build. Okay, build, so you just click build, and you are going to see this in the build message tab, build messages tab. Okay, if you cannot see this, you can click on this tab, build message or build log. Okay, either one is okay. Okay, build message okay, build log also okay. You can refer to these two. Okay, so this is important to show that your program is free from error. Okay, as you can see over here, mine have zero error, zero warning, and it is run in 1 second. Okay, so what you need to pay attention over here is you must make sure your program always build with zero error. Okay, error should be zero all build at all builds. Okay, every time you click build, it should have zero. Okay, meanwhile for warning, okay, warning the best case is zero. However, if you have warning, for example 1, 2, 3 or warning, you still can it is still acceptable. Warning is still acceptable, although it is not good to have a warning in a program, but it is acceptable. Okay, you can have warning over here 1, 2, 3, you still can run your program. Okay, and then over here build time. Okay, build time ni the lower your build time is, the better. If you can have uh, for example 3 different program, okay, three different program that aims to achieve a similar objective. So program A run at 10 seconds, program B run at 5 seconds, program C run at 1 second. So the best program is C. Okay, the least amount of runtime is the best program. Alright, so after finish successfully build the program, then you need to run. So how to run a program? Click this icon over here. Okay, next to the build icon, we have run. So click, and then you will get this interface. Okay, so actually this is the this is all the interface that we are going to use. Okay, there's no graphical user interface, there's no button, there's no text box. That fancy graphical user interface is not here in this subject, and also programming technique next semester. Okay, so what we are going to focus in this subject and also in the programming technique subject next semester is mainly on the engines, not the interface. Okay, interface is not our concern in this subject. Okay, so I'm sure you guys already this semester taking computer system computer system and application CSA. You guys take that subject this semester, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So that one is you can build your mobile apps with a very fancy interface kan. So that is not happening over here in this subject. Okay, so this is your interface. Okay, black and white with only a text. Alright. So this is our program, computer program. You should have, when you run your program successfully, you will see this interface. Okay. Over here, press any key to continue, then just uh, hit any key on your keyboard, then it will stop the program. Okay, it will stop the program, and you can go to the created folder earlier. Okay, this is my folder. Okay, open up the folder. Okay, you can change your view over here, change to detail. Okay, change to detail. Okay, your view of the folder, click view and change to detail. Okay, to see the extension, the type of the file. So by default, it will create three file. Okay, the first one is your source file. Okay, this is the coding. So if I ask you to submit, okay, to submit assessment or assignment of your program, so what you need to submit is only this file, C program. Some of you submitted a wrong file, so you won't get any marks from it. So the one that other people can only see for the source code is only this file, C source file. Don't submit the wrong file. Okay, submit this only, one file only to submit. Okay, if I ask you to submit to Kalam, this task, so submit this file, C source file. Okay, for example, let me save this and then I close my code block. Okay, yes. Okay, I close already my code block. So I want to reopen up the program again. So I just double click this intro. So, okay. Alright. So this is the source code. Okay, what else? This is the application. Okay, let's say you already completed the program, and then you want to give the program to your client, eh? So what should you give? You are not going to give the source code, okay? So what you are going to send to other people, okay? The people that we call as the end user, kan? The user of our program. So they just concerned about how to use the program, not the source code. So we are sending them this file, the application file. To me, you send the source code. To your client, you send the application. So what does this file do? So when you run, okay, you double click the application file. Okay, when you click the application file, supposedly, okay, okay, later on we fix that. Supposedly it will display the black and white interface earlier. Okay, so it is not happening over here because we need to tweak a little bit on the codes later on. Supposedly when we click this, the black and white will appear. That one later on, okay? Okay. The object file, O file is the one that you can abaikan, okay? Doesn't concern you lah. Okay. This is automatically generated by the system as a reference. Okay. So you can just uh, abaikan ini, okay? Alright, so moving on. So what is this? Yeah?
Kalau there's three file instead of source, C source file tu sama eh?
Sorry, what?
Dia tulis C file je.
C file.
Sama.
Sama je. Tak apa.
Okay.
Okay. So what does this mean? Okay. So this is what we call as ini uh preprocessor directive. Preprocessor directive starting with hash. Okay, there's only two statement of preprocessor directive. It is either include or you can have another one which is define. Okay, for now, let's focus on include first. Okay, it is either include or define. Okay, so for include is where we want to include external library to our program. So what is library? Programming language, in order for you to use it, you need to apply a standard library for that particular programming language. For example, we are going to write down a program based on C programming language. So we need to import a library for this language, particular language. So what is the library for C programming language? Can you guess over here, class? What is the library for C programming language over here? If you can guess. Boleh teka tak?
Standard IO.
Over here lah. stdio.h. So this is a standard C programming language library. So why we need this library? This library will allow programmer like us to call a specific C function. For example, if you want to do input and output operation, so we doesn't have to code from scratch. Okay, we just call a specific function for input and output, and then we can straight away use that function. So it makes programmer life much more easier. So this is needed for you to use C programming. Okay, for example, if you want to use C++, C++ is another type of programming language. So we are not going to call stdio. So we are going to call iostre iostream.h. So this is a library for C++. Okay, so you got what I mean, Alright, so for C, we need stdio.h. So this is basic template for a C program. Okay, you can call more than one library for a single program. Okay, for example, okay, the most common library that a programmer use is include math.h, for example. So this consists of so many mathematical function. For example, if you want to do tangent operation, you want to do cosinus, you want to do sinus operation, you want to do there's so much function that you can call from this particular library, math.h. Jadi banyak lah, okay. So there are many library that you can call to assist you in doing your program. The basic one is this, stdio.h. We are going to use just this library for now, okay. Okay, so now you know that this is a preprocessor directive. Okay, starting with hash include, and then instead of preprocessor directive, we can call a library. So this is a library. So let me notes over here. So this is, so how to write down a note to your program. Okay, so note can be write starting with this, meaning that after this symbol, the rest of the statement considered as a comment to your program. So what is a comment? Comment is where the compiler read it as a comment, meaning that the compiler won't execute this line. You know, for example, if you forget to put a comment, and then you write down a note over there. The note say uh you want to write down a note, and so but you forget to write down this, kan? Supposedly you must put this comment, then processor preprocessor directive, kan? And we have library. So this is my notes. Okay, just for my understanding about this code, I put the notes. So putting a notes to a program is a very good practice. Okay, so your program is not only you going to understand the program. Okay, other people also sometimes need to understand the program. For example, for lecturer to understand the program, you need to put some notes, kan? For your friend to understand the program, so you need to put some notes. For your client to understand the program, need to have notes. Okay, for other people that need to continue your work later on when you are working, and so you need to have this note so that they can continue your works. Okay, so this is compulsory, this symbol. Okay, so that when you build the program, it will give you 0 error. Okay, and then when you run the program, so we get the same output as before. As before, I'm putting this comment. So this comment doesn't affect your program. Okay, so compiler. So when I say compiler, compiler will read your program line by line. Okay, so it will read starting with first line, and then when it reaches this, it will uh, apa abaikan dalam English? Dia akan abaikan. Okay, it will abaikan the rest of apa dia? The rest of
Note.
this line. Okay. So what happens if you forget to put the comments? You see the color also change, and then when you build the program, it will give you a warning. Okay, warning. Okay, for this case, it doesn't affect your program yet. But let's say if you put it over here. So now warning is gone, but it will give you error, to error. So it will detect this as error. So you cannot continue from this. So when you click run, supposedly you cannot run. Okay, if you have a proper program, so your program is not going to run properly. Okay, because there's error over here. Okay, so you need to resolve this error first. So how to resolve this error? By putting comment. Right. So now when you run again, it will give you 0 error. Okay. So this is to comment for a single line. So let's say if you have multiple line. Okay, over here, second line. There is also a note. Okay, you can either put a new comment symbol, or you can use single. Okay, buka. Okay, this is opening of the notes or comments, and this is the closing. If you have multiple lines of comments, you can use this symbol. Okay, slash star, and then this is for opening. For the closing of the comments, star slash. Okay, so this is for multiple line comments. Okay, so next is int main. Int main. So this is if we refer this to the module then. So we have control, right? Control is what? In the module, coupling module. Control kan? So what is a control? Control module. Ingat lagi tak? Control module. What's the difference between control module and the rest of the module? Let's say we have print, we have read, we have calculate, we have control kan? What's the difference between control and the rest of the module? Control is the main module. This is similar like control lah. Control is the main module where the compiler will read first. So let's say if you have multiple module and we have main, read, calculate, print. So which module that will be executed first? It is the main module or main function. Okay, which is the control lah. So the control we refer in design. So in the real programming environment, we call it as main function. So this is the main function that is going to be executed first. Begin the program. So first executed is the main function. So every function should have its body. So we already discussed this kan. So each of the modules, it have its own statement. So where we put all this statement, we put it inside of that particular module body. And so how to create this body in the program? By putting the curly bracket. So this is the opening of the body. This is the closing of the body. Okay. So this is the main body. Okay, opening. This is the closing. Okay, next is what you must have is it should have this one int. So some reference put it void over here, and then maybe int, and then another is void. It doesn't matter. Okay, the most accurate one is int. Okay, the most accurate one is int. And then last statement that you must have in your program is the statement of return 0. Okay, so return 0 is indicating that your program have successfully ended. This is to tell the compiler, sorry, the system that in system. This is to tell the accurate one. We call it. This is to tell the operating system. Operating system lah kan. Let's say operating system of my device is Windows kan. So it will tell Windows that this program have successfully ended. Okay. Tell the OS that this program otherwise the OS will consider this program still running, although it is stopped already, but if it is not successfully stopped, meaning that it is not returning this zero lah. Okay, returning this zero to the OS. So what will it affect the whole OS? It will apa? It will drain the resources. Meaning that if it is not successfully stopped, it will drain the resources, but it does nothing to the user and to the whole system. So it should be successfully ended. All the program, once you finish, okay, let's say, okay, if it is finished and then you click enter, automatically it will return 0 to the OS. Okay, indicating that it is successfully ended. Okay, if something happen to your program, it won't successfully end. It won't return the 0. Meaning that it is still running back at the background. Okay, something happened. Okay. Alright, clear. So clear what you should have in your program. Okay, next, given to you that we have a very simple design as you can see over here. Nampak apa ni? This design. What this program does, class?
It says hello.
It's just gonna print hello.
So when we say print kan, print ni for the user to be able to see at the screen kan. So we should be able to see hello when we run this program. Just a very simple program, okay? Alright, so what we need to do is where we must start the program. First, you must have this template, okay? And then where we want to put the statement to print the hello, over here lah, kan? So if you see the design, so it will start. So start with where? Start with the main lah, and then end where? End at the bottom of the program with return 0. Okay, so this should be main, and then this should be return 0. So in between is where you put this statement. Okay, in between main and return 0 is where you put this statement. So where is it located? Over here in our workspace. It is over here, right? Somewhere over here, we must program the hello. Right. So basic for output is we must have this. Printf. And semicolon. Okay. I will explain about semicolon later. Okay. Boleh tak? You guys boleh type ni. Printf. And semicolon. Okay. Dah?
Dah.
Okay. Build your program. Ada dapat error tak?
Dapat.
Okay. So how to identify error? So let's say this is a very simple, so you can straight away see, oh, there's an error over here. But how to to detect error is by, by looking at the build message, and then you just double click over here. If you have more than one error, it will point the cursor to the specific error that you click over here. So it will point, oh, this is where the error happen. Okay. Okay, for example, I move my cursor over here. Okay, and then I want to search for the error in my program, so I just go to the build message over here and I double click. So we point the error to here. So this is where the error happens. So error, because in order for us to use a specific function, for example, this is a function. Okay, this is function. How we want to identify whether a statement is a function or not? Function is a module lah, module. Okay. So by looking at the statement and then have bracket on it. So this is a function. This is a module. This is a module. However, this is what we call as built-in module. Built-in module where? Built-in inside of stdio.h library. This is where we just call this function from this library to make our life easier, because we want to do what? We want to print hello, kan? We want to print hello. If it doesn't apply this function, most probably you have to, in order just to print, you have to type very long program. I'm not sure what is the hard codes for uh just to print. Probably there's you know this is the first line, this is second line, this is the third line, just to print hello. Okay, you understand what I mean? If we not applying this function for us to just print hello, probably the line is going to be longer just to print hello. So to make our life easier, we just call this library, and this library will provide us with this function, printf, for us to be able to print just a simple hello. Faham tak? You understand this? So what is the error? Why there's an error? Because in order for us to use a specific function like this, printf, we must follow the rules how to use this. So this rules is what we call as a syntax. Okay, syntax. So if we doesn't follow this rule, we are going to get syntax error. So this is syntax error. Okay, syntax error. So what is the syntax for printf? For printf, in order for you to be successfully using it, it must be accompanied with this symbol. Apa nama ni? Double quote. Okay, double quote. Printf should be accompanied with double quote. Space doesn't matter. If you doesn't have space, if you want to have many space, it won't affect your program. Okay, now build again. Okay, now it is free from error again. And then run. Do you see anything, class? Is there a hello over there?
No.
Not yet, kan? But the most important part is it is free from error. Okay, free from syntax error. So it is clear that this symbol is needed with the printf. So where we want to put the hello part? So put the hello in between the double quote symbol. Hello. Okay, build and run again. Okay, now you will see the text hello appear at your output. Okay, try. Wait, any problem so far? Make sure everyone get the same, okay, the same output. Ada ada yang dapat error tak? Any error? Maybe you can share uh, with with the rest if you got any error. Dah? Okay, tekan enter so it will exit the program. Alright, so anything that you print over, that you type down over here will appear in the screen. For example, if you type anything okay, Dafril, okay, so when you run again, so this is the important part. Every time you change anything from your coding, make sure you rebuild it again. Make sure you rebuild again. Otherwise, it won't give any effect to your output. Okay, every time you change your program, you must build again and then make sure it is free from error. Then you run. Don't straight away run. Build first and then run. So anything that you put, okay, in between the double quote, it will give, it will be viewed as just a simple text. Text kan? Text is not a numeric kan? Text is a text, merely is a text. You cannot use it for calculation. Okay, you cannot. Okay, you cannot use it for decision. You cannot. Okay, for example, I have 100 over here, and then I want to print this value 100. Can I use this for calculation? Can I,
No,
class?
no.
Cannot, because I put it in between the double quote. So anything that you put in between of the double quote will be considered as a text. So you cannot do any calculation with the text, although it is a number. However, it is a text number. Okay, hello 100. You cannot use this value to do any calculation. Okay, if you want to do any calculation, we must use variable. Ada variable kan? Okay, so finish with this. Okay, finish. Boleh Maybe we add one more thing over here. So let's say if we want to, this one will be printing the output in a single line. Okay, let's say if you put, okay lah, atas ni, /n over here. Okay, you see the effect give to this program. /n in between hello and 100. We will put 100 in the new line. So /n is used for us to manipulate the output. Okay, specifically to print the next statement after the /n in the new line. Okay, we print after /n in the new line. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, so let's say if we have two printf. Okay, the first printf, let's say we are printing the same thing over here. Hello 100, hello 100. Okay, build and run. Okay, can you see this? You
Yes,
nampak tak?
sir. Boleh.
So it will print continuously. Although in the coding, we put it in a different line kan. So it won't affect the output. The output will continuously printing hello 100. There's no space over here. There's no space over here. So it will continue printing it in a single line. Okay. So if we put a space over here. Okay, now when we run the program, it will give a space, single space over here. Okay. So now instead of space, we put /n. Can you guess what will happen, class?
Start another line.
So it will print the second hello 100 and the new line. Okay, now you know what is the meaning of /n. Okay, /n is used to print the next line in the next output in the new line. Okay, /n. Okay, now we are going to move into variable. So you know what is variable, kan? So let's say we have one variable called apa number number and then we put initial value initial value kan, initialization to number equal to 10. Just putting this value without any purpose. Okay, just putting this value just for example. Okay, as I said, so this is the starting point, main, and then this is the end point of your program. So if we put number over here, clearly we must code this within the curly bracket, kan? Curly bracket, kan? Okay, and then after printing the hello, I want to print the value of the number. Okay, now it is not hello. So this one is print number. Okay, any value that number have, we want to print it over here. Okay, like this, So you get what this mean, So first we want to initialize a variable called number with value of 10. Okay, variable. So variable can be different types kan. So this we already discuss kan. Variable can be discuss kan. It can be integer, it can be float kan. If it is floating point number, it is not integer kan. Integer is for a number without floating point lah, without perpuluhan kan. So this will be considered as integer ke float class? If it is like this.
Integer.
Integer, okay. So variable So we have variable and constant Constant tu next. So this is a variable. So we declare number equal to 10 is a variable. Okay, so how to declare number? So follow the flow. Okay, after main, do we print hello first or we declare number first? Declare first kan? So all declaration most of the time is done on top of the main body. Okay, all declaration should be done over here on top of the main body. So now we put down the variable name, okay, number. Okay, notice this that I put in each of the statement inside of the main, I put semicolon before it is ended. Okay, just notice this first. Okay, every statement currently every statement inside of the main body I put semicolon at the end of the statement. Okay, so this is our variable. But what happened if we put just only variable? When we build the program, it will give us an error. Okay, can you read the error, class? What's the error?
Number undeclared.
Number is the variable that we want to use. So it is undeclared. So what you need to do to resolve this? You need to declare lah. So what is declaration? Declaration is where we define the type of this variable. So we already identify this as integer in our design. So when we want to convert it into a program, what you must do is you must put a type for it. So in this case, this is integer. So how to define this number, okay, this variable as integer? Just by putting int in front of it. So by doing this, we are declaring this variable over here is a type of integer. So now when we build, the arrow is going to disappear. The error is going to be disappear. Okay, meaning that it is a correct syntax. Again, this is a syntax. How to use variable properly. The syntax for using a variable. Boleh, class? So that's the first step to use any variable. First, you must do the declaration. Okay, declare the variable first. Okay. Every time you want to use a variable, you must declare it first. Okay, next is in our design. After that, after declaration, refer back to the design, we want to put initial value for number kan, which is 10. So how to do the initialization? Initialization is very simple. Just put in sama. Okay, same with our design. Okay, number equal to 10. You can do it during the declaration, or after declaration you can create new line and then you put number equal to 10. So same meaning. But this is wasting resources. Okay, if you put more lines to your program, meaning that your program is going to be much more slower. So why do that then? If we can have a simple solution. So simply put equal to 10. So same meaning. Okay, during declaration, you can also do initialization. Boleh? Spacing doesn't matter kan? Spacing kat sini nak space one line, two line, you don't want to put space also can. Okay. Doesn't affect your program. Okay, class. Boleh? Okay, build. Make sure it is free from error. But right now when you run the program, is it showing the value of number yet? Ada tak?
Tak ada.
Okay, tak ada kan? Alright. Belum lagi kan? Okay, so now we want to move to the next step in our flowchart. Okay, print hello. Let's say we already successfully print hello. Next, we want to print number. After we print hello, we want to print the value of number. Okay, so over here, print number. Kan? Following the flow of the design, it is the last statement in our program. So again, in order for us to display anything, we must use printf. So printf must be accompanied with double quote and ended with semicolon. So the trickiest part is what we want to put over here. So in this case, what we want to print? We want to print number. So what happens if we put number over here? Is it going to give us 10 in our display? Okay,
No.
let's check it out. Let's check it out, okay? Okay, when you run the program, if you type it like this, hello 100, number. Okay, so let's say new line, also similar. Okay, hello 100, number. Okay, it doesn't print 10. So how to print 10? Okay, in order for us to display the content of a variable, we must use conversion character. Conversion character is different based on the types of variable. For example, if this is an integer variable, the conversion character for it is %d. This is conversion character, %d. So where we must put this %d? In between the double quote, %d. How can we make sure that this %d is reflecting number, not others variable? By putting comma, okay, outside of the double quote, outside, bukan inside. Kalau inside dalam ni, comma. Tak dalam tu warna biru. Warna biru meaning that it doesn't give any meaning. Okay, warna merah, it give some meaning. Okay, and then put down the variable that you want to print. So in this case, you want to print number. So put number lah. So automatically, when we run the system, %d will be replaced with 10. Over here, at this exact location. Instead of %d, it will print 10. Why it will print 10? Because this %d, okay, referring to number variable. So what is the value of number variable? Number variable value is 10. So it will print 10 over here. Okay, let's look at it. There. Any questions so far?
No, sir. So far, so good.
Saya tak jadi lah sir.
Ready?
Tak, dia print persen D.
Cuba share screen. Jom kita check sama-sama.
Okay.
Okay, sekejap let me stop sharing. Okay, you can share your screen.
Sekejap. Dah ke sir?
Tak ada pun?
Sekejap.
Ni kan tekan present now, bawah tu ada present now.
Lag lah sir. Wait. Sekejap. No. Lag lah sir. Tak.
Tapi boleh share kan? Ke awak salah share screen?
Saya dah tekan share screen tadi, lepas tu freeze.
Please.
Sekejap. Ni. Dah. Nampak tak sir?
Okay. Ada.
Sekejap.
Yang lain boleh nampak tak?
Nampak.
Okay, nampak besar sikit. Okay. Besar sikit. Besarkan sikit. Control, tekan control kat keyboard. Lepas tu scroll. Okay, alright. Okay. So, okay, cuba build. Okay, and then tak ada error kan? Okay, run. Okay, hello, and then dia tulis tu
Persen D.
ND, bukan persen tu, ND. So this is
ND.
because you are using a wrong symbol. It should be percent. Percent. Cuba tukar. Okay, percent D. Okay, so this is the correct symbol. Alright. Okay, jaya So this is also common mistake. This is what we call as bukan syntax. Syntax tu kalau ada error tau. This is what we call as semantic error. Semantic error cannot be detected by the compiler. So it won't give you error message bawah tu kan. So error still zero kan, although it doesn't give you the correct output. Okay, but the output is wrong. So when the output is wrong, while the code is free from syntax error, that is what we call as semantic error. Okay, semantic error where there's no syntax error, but the output is not supposedly the output is wrong. Okay, the output is wrong but doesn't show you any error. So semantic error. Nanti ada dalam soalan nanti. Apa beza syntax error, apa beza semantic error? Okay, make sure you know the difference.
Thank you sir.
Alright. Anything else? Ada lagi?
Actually, sir, saya punya tak keluar pun output dia.
Cuba share. Dia keluar apa? Share.
Actually, sir, yang bill ni kan, saya dah tekan dari tadi lagi, tapi dia macam tak bill pun.
Dah save lah?
Macam ni. Ya, dah save dah kat folder tu as intro.
Cuba close code block ni. Tutup. Yes, okay. Okay, cuba klik dekat folder tadi.
Folder ni? Tengok aku macam ni. So, kena buka daripada
Double click tadi tak boleh?
tak boleh sebab dia tak ada app untuk nak buka benda tu. So, kena buka dari sini. Tak payah saya run je pun memang tak ada pun.
W lah.
Bill
Cuba
pun tak boleh.
tengok view message. Bawah tu ada tab view messages. Tu yang merah tu. View message. Tak view.
Tak ada langsung.
Tekan yang gambar enjin tu. Tu.
Tak ada apa-apa jadi. Jadi saya tekan.
What install code block yang mana?
Yang binary source tu.
Binary source yang saya bagi tu sama tak?
Tak pastilah sir.
Cuba tekan file. Sekejap. Awak punya code block tadi.
Saya punya code block tadi. Ada 2 ni je. Macam saya tunjuk tadi ada 3 kan.
Yalah sebab kalau tak boleh build dia takkan generate yang file yang lain.
Tu. Oh.
Cuba buka balik code block awak tadi. Mana tadi code block tadi? Cuba tekan file atas. File. Cuba file. Save file as. Save. Cuba no.
Sir, I think she got the wrong compiler.
Kan, because my one is .c++, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did
Semua
create
.c je.
.cpp file. It works
Yeah.
very fine. Can you go
It's
settings?
okay. The extension is okay. It doesn't matter .c ke .c++. Okay je. Okay. So maybe you try first. You try uninstall first and then install the one that I gave in the group kan. Ada kan? Saya bagi kan. Try dulu Kalau tak boleh nanti next time nanti PM saya ke apa ke
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ada lagi? Ada isu lain-lain? Tak ada?
Saya punya tak boleh run.
Tak boleh run sama macam yang tadi ke? Ke ada error?
Tak, tekan run tu dia tak keluar black screen tu yang tu.
Cuba tengok. Share screen. Okay, apa dia punya issue?
Tekanan dia tak boleh keluar.
Dah keluar tu ada kat bawah tu. Ada yang last kali tu kat bawah awak punya bawah dekat awak punya Windows tu.
Windows.
Bawah tu ada tu tekan. Ni kena close dulu. Every time you run, okay, and then you want to build again, you must close this first. Close. Okay, close. Baru boleh rebuild. Baru boleh build balik. Okay. Every time you run the program, you want to edit and then run again, either you close or you click any key dekat ni command prompt ni. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, ada siapa-siapa lagi? Yang lain okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, kalau tak ada, we continue with another example. Okay, let's say we have different variable. Okay, we have different variable which is number kan. We have over here number tu lah contoh and then it is the value is 11.2. So what is the type of variable number 2? This one is integer. Number 2 is
Float.
okay, let's say it is a float. Float lah kan, floating point. So floating point can be either float or double. So let's say it is a float kan. Okay, so float number 2 equal to 11.2 semicolon. Okay, so float, declare it as float lah. Okay, floating point number, float number 2. Okay, so if you want to do, if you want to print this value, so the conversion character for float is %f. Katalah kita nak print kat bawah ni kan. So we want to print f float. So percent apa? Percent f lah. The conversion character is %f. So number 2. Cuba tengok. Try run the program and modify the output so that it is understandable. Okay, so currently the output is something like this, kan? So we cannot differentiate between between the first number and the number 2. Alright, so this is your task. This is your task. So what I need to do is modify this program so that the output is going to be something like this. Okay, the output is output macam ni kat screen tu dah akan show hello kan, ada hello. Lepas tu second line. Okay, second line it will show number equal 10. There's a number over there equal to 10. And then third line, number 2 equal to 11.2. This is the output that's supposed to be at your black and white screen. Bukan 10 je number equal to 10. Bukannya 10 je, tadi kan keluar 10 je kan. Earlier it only shows 10. But I want you to be able to display number equal to 10. Third line, number 2 equal to 11.2. Boleh tak? Boleh try. Cuba Okay, this is just play around with the printf. That's all. Nothing special tak ada yang sama saya. Just try and error, okay? So that's it. So after finish, you can submit the C source code through Kalam. Only the C source code. Don't submit any other file. C source code only, okay? I showed you earlier what is C source code. So submit it through Kalam. Boleh?
Boleh.
Any question?
Boleh.
Yeah.
Kalau kena cari macam mana nak keluarkan 11.2 tanpa keluar 11.2000.
Boleh? Cari senang je tu.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, if nothing else, then see you guys next week. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, doktor.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you.
Salam.
Teacher.
Salam.
Thank you, doktor. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, doktor.